You're listening to the ReachCat Show, your weekly stop for the latest and greatest in the Planetside 2 universe and its community.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. What's happened?
What happened to Adam?
Did he just...
My bad. Welcome, everybody, to episode 75 of ReachCat, the big 7-5. This is what happens when you do it live.
Twice
So,
in a row now.
it is twice in a row. I keep on forgetting that. It mutes off my Twitch and just, boom, blows in my face. So we are proud members of the AGN and Podcast Network. I'm your host, Torkz, if you haven't already heard me buffoon my name. With me tonight, my co-hosts, my boys in blue and purple, Noxx
What's up?
and Deringer.
ReachCat or Riot?
Oh, man.
It's fierce.
Special guest with us tonight, Mr. Tony RadarX Jones from SOE.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, sir. We are brought to you this week by Carlos Polito and Osmodius X. Also by great listeners like you via support the show tab on our site, reachcatshow.com. This week we have Snap Rifle Patch, Camel Consolidations, ReachCat, RadarX. So without further ado, we're going to talk to Mr. RadarX here about himself. With that is being said, let's do player interrogation.
There.
Listen, you are going to tell us everything we want to know.
Okay.
Now you are involved in the ReachCat interrogations.
He's muted again, I think.
I think so.
This is a really awesome show.
Man, I am killing it tonight. Okay. Welcome, Mr. Tony RadarX Jones. For those of you who don't know, Tony RadarX Jones, or just RadarX, is taking over what Lou Perza's spot used to be as a community manager for Planetside 2. Why don't you tell us a little bit more aside from that, Tony, about what your role at SOE is and how you're going to be interacting with the Planetside 2 community?
So first and foremost, Laberza is not dead, if you haven't seen my hashtag. She's not going away. Everyone's been saying goodbye to her like she was dying. She's not. She's still doing F&O, and she's still going to be involved in some other video projects, so she's not gone away entirely.
You know,
They're
when
digital tears.
There were some. There were quite a few. I mean, I was very moved by how upset some people were that, it was like she had left the company and she was never coming back and talking to anyone again.
I am
You guys-
still waiting to see a picture of her next to a recent newspaper to know that she's all right.
I just saw her leave. I can validate that she is alive.
Very
But,
nice.
yeah. If you guys do not know me, do not remember me from launch, I am Tony RadarX Jones. I am a senior community relations manager here. Besides Planetside 2, I do some of our forum administration, meaning if you've been banned, I've dealt with you. I also handle some other projects and manage a few of our community managers. But one of my primary functions is Planetside 2, and I'll be handling the day-to-day stuff. Talking to people on the forums, talking to people on Twitter, getting together patch notes, posting downtime maintenance, making sure devs know how loudly people are talking about certain issues, and kind of helping them assess what is the most important thing on the community's mind.
All right. Now that we've talked about your role at SOE, let's hear about Tony RadarX Jones himself, what the man, the myth, the legend is all about.
There isn't really a legend, not really a myth. Yeah, you guys kind of went into last time, kind of my background. I did come out of games
True.
media. I started out at 10 Ton Hammer back when it was a very, very tiny little site with like 3 employees. I spent a lot of years doing MMO writing, and at which point I was hired with SOE. And, I moved from a little game called Pox Nora to DCUO to Planetside 2 to other games, and back to Planetside 2. Outside of that, I like to game. Obviously, I'm not as hardcore as many other people, but, I just don't have as much time as I used to, but I do love games, and I spend as much time as I can doing it.
Nice. I hear, I love this from the chat room. He wrote the best damn patch notes ever.
Those are a lot of fun. They are, we'll just call them controversial, both internally and externally. But yes, I actually got that idea back when I used to work with 10.9. I had a friend of mine who also worked there, Coyote. He and I would basically take their Rust 2 patch notes, and we would just mock the crap out of them. And people absolutely loved it. But, they weren't the official patch notes, so we kind of got away with that. Having them as the official patch notes is a little challenging.
I know, I enjoyed them thoroughly.
It's got to be time-consuming, too, though.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it takes forever to do, but it really is a lot of fun because you get in like maybe 5 or 6 really, really funny ones, and even the developers laugh at them.
At least we get some enjoyment.
Even the developers, like, the most
some
of the
of
most
these
humorless, like robotic people.
They do have a sense of humor, but some of them, when you work hard and someone's making fun of it, not everyone necessarily appreciates it as much.
All right. Now, in the vein of our normal interrogation segments, what's RadarX's special skill? Can you do backflips? Do you wrestle sharks? Are you like a ninjutsu master?
Or do you fart on command?
No,
God.
burp on command.
Well, I was up in the ante, okay.
Wow. I do not. I have a pretty high level of comic book nerdom. I think that is about the only special skill I have. I probably know more. I definitely know more than most of my department. And probably, there are probably 1 or 2 other people in the company that could stand up with me.
I thought you were the fastest thread locker west of the Mississippi.
Nah, not that fast, but yes, I do a lot of moderation, and yes, I can probably say I ban more people than anyone at SOE, at least from the forums.
Carries that hammer around. Just picturing the tattoo on his arm, the hammer. All right. Well, actually, you made a great segue already. Comic book questions. We had a submission from Ak, our T-shaped visor, for those of you guys who know him by that name. Just 5 questions, 5 comic book questions for you, Mr. Tony RadarX Jones.
All right.
First one being Marvel or DC?
I love this. I love the stories in DC from working. I really wasn't super familiar with DC until I worked on DC Universe Online. I love DC, but I have grown up and lived most of my life with Marvel, and that's my immediate choice.
Okay. All right. Favorite graphic novel? It can't be Dark Knight Returns because everybody knows that's already the best.
Sure.
According to this question.
The best one of all, man. Well, I mean, if you take out like softbacks, which are just, compilation of issues, I would probably say The Long Halloween. That's probably my favorite. Which is also Batman, I know.
Hey, it's not the Dark Knight Returns, so it's fine.
No,
meets the rules according to this question. How badass is Rocket Raccoon going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh my god, I'm so upset about Guardians of the Galaxy. Of all the movies Marvel could have made.
Is that like a serious movie or a joke?
No, well, this was like most people had no idea who the Guardians of the Galaxy were because it was a weird, short-lived series from the late 60s that nobody took really seriously. They rebooted it in 2010, and the Raccoon has a laser weapon. That's not a comic book hero. It's just not. These are not. I've been playing Lego Batman or Marvel Lego with my daughter, and we finally beat it. And I almost flipped a table when we got to a point where they kind of cameo the Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm like, oh my god, don't taint my daughter. Turn this off.
Well, it looked really stupid in the preview I saw, and I thought it might have been like a new Mystery Man or some.
No, this is a very old and very like B-level series for Marvel. And I say that as someone who loves Marvel.
I wonder why they picked that. It's an interesting choice that they would choose that of all things.
Probably for children.
The theories I've seen is the publisher would lose rights to Marvel movies if they didn't produce the movie. But I have nothing backing that up.
I wonder if they're going to destroy like the entire continent because every Marvel movie has to up the ante and destroy a city. And then
New York's they can move to LA. I mean, LA hasn't destroyed.
They're going to just take out the entire continent.
Western seaboard.
North America. Canada, Mexico included.
See, now, I know nothing about comic books because I'm just not into them, but Guardians of the Galaxy kind of excites me. I've watched some of the previews for it. And I think that's kind of funny.
I think Tony's going to stab you alive.
Well, that's fine. I'm just telling you that maybe.
No, I mean it may be. I have to look, and that's really one of the downsides of being a comic fan. You can't look at movies the same way. I'll go to a movie with someone and I'll absolutely hate it because I've already gone in with a preconception. Like I just watched the most recent Thor movie. I didn't like the movie because that's not the Thor I grew up with. That doesn't make it a bad movie. It just means I hated it.
Mm. Yeah, it's kind of like Ender's Game, for me at least. I read the whole series and I watched the movie lately and I just want to gouge my eyeballs out.
I liked the movie. I thought they did as good of a job as they really could have for a movie.
That was a tough project. That was a tough project to movie out of.
It's just there's so much to it that was left out that is just...
Yeah, but you go into it expecting that.
I guess. It was disappointing for me, but I'm sure a lot of people enjoyed it.
At least it's not the fucking Hobbit where they made it three movies and added stuff.
Hey man, you gotta get that money. Peter Jackson's gotta have that gold Porsche. I don't know what that was about, but yeah. I mean, at least they did some fillers so that when you transition into Lord of the Rings, that some of that stuff was already taken care of. So, even though it's not in the book at all, I agree. Anyways, we're getting way off topic. Next comic book question for RadarX. What most underrated comic book character?
Most underrated. Wow.
I'm prepping to Google the name you throw out, so.
That's really hard because, a lot of Marvel stuff has come mainstream because of it. Like, they bring these characters, like Black Widow was almost an unknown. She was somewhat popular, but, Iron Man and Avengers, they brought her out for real. I would probably say Miss Marvel, or Captain Marvel. Probably Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Like they did a recent reboot, and it's a little controversial. They turned what is a traditionally what would be considered an average American back in the 50s into basically a teenage Muslim. So it was very controversial, but it's getting a lot of good reviews. So
didn't they make a British Captain America?
That was Captain Britain. And yeah, Captain America is actually my favorite. Captain America is my favorite character. So yes, Captain Britain is kind of like, yeah, no, just don't do that.
Britain. The last question we have is: are you a digital or paper copies guy?
I am digital. I've got a crap ton of, papers that I've had forever. I've got shelves of softbacks that I got, while I worked on DC and while I worked on Marvel. But, digital is getting so affordable. You catch it like the Marvel, they've got something, I want to say it's like 100,000 issues you're going to read for like $10 a month.
Wow.
You have basically a good chunk of the Marvel library.
Have they digitized old comics?
Yeah. Yeah, some of the series like the Avengers and Thor, you can go back to the 60s and read from the beginning if you want.
I actually believe there's a deal out there right now where you can get the first month for 99 cents.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I can sit on the couch with my iPad and I read a couple issues a day, and yeah.
How about Spawn? I want to read that.
I don't think that's part of it, but Comixology also has regular deals where they do more independent comics, Dark Horse. Like you can get everything digital.
That's awesome.
Okay. Well, that's our comic piece, our special skill. That's everything for your interrogation piece. Unless you have anything you want to end us off with your blam, your ending.
No, I'm just Guardians of the Galaxy. I think I'm pretty much done.
Okay. Patch notes time.
I'm going to get these mosquitoes in the air and rain down some hellfires on those fools. Oh no! What the f***? I should have listened to the ReachCat patch notes.
I forgot we were Planetside 2 podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Comic Cast.
Comic Cast.
I did warn you guys. I did warn you.
No, it's good. I actually like hearing about it. I'm not a comic guy either, but I like listening to people talk about comics because it's a nice outlet for a lot of fun stuff. Because we do watch the movies. I just don't know jack about them. Alrighty. You got to start us off there, Mark?
I am definitely going to start us off with the patch notes from February 27th that I noticed that RadarX wrote.
I did.
So here's your inaugural patch note review on ReachCast after you've come back. So February 27th, we're going to start off with the EU server issue. I know there's been a lot of complaints from the folks over at the EU. There are adjustments in the way logins are processed, should reduce the long login issue and instability. So EU folks that are listening, don't worry. They do know that you're having issues and will be fixing them. Chill out. Next up, big changes to spawning with this patch. Starting the game now puts you in the deploy screen instead of at the warp gate. I know it's confused a few people that I've talked to. They're like, where am I? But I think it's a good change. Torkz, Noxx, thoughts?
No comment.
I like it better as I spawn into the redeploy screen.
Personally, I find myself going to the warp gate regardless.
It's generally better anyways. That'd be something you pretty much do anyways when you start from the warp gate. So it skips that step. So it's a natural progression.
Everything's right there for you in the warp gate.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, changes to the revive timer for medics. This is actually huge in my world since I play medic nonstop. Player corpses now have a 30-second decay timer. If they're not revived before this timer, the corpse will be removed from the world and no longer revivable. Successful revives have a player-facing 10-second accept decline timer. If it reaches 0, it's automatically declined and the corpse is removed. And finally, medics will now see a revive icon blinking as feedback when an ally player's corpse decay timer is getting short. Like I said, this is my entire world now, watching those timers and busting my ass across, long hallways to get to people before the timer despawns. Now, I think my only complaint is that it's still tough for a person to see where they are and stuff like that to help you get to them and stuff, but whatever.
After this change, Radar, did you guys get much of a backlash about it? Interesting.
We did. Well, initially, when it went on test, the change wasn't... typically when we put things on test, we don't spend as much time clarifying patch notes. So as it went in, we got a lot of feedback from people who just read the note and didn't try it, and they got a little upset about it, which, happens. I mean, people see something and it's just off the cuff, they get upset. I think now that people have seen the change and it's been clarified a little further, I know Higby did some clarifications, I think it's going over a lot better. Yeah,
I saw him making a change in Reddit. He was commenting back and forth with some people about what it's supposed to be, and I think it kind of cooled people down. Well, at least from what I was reading.
Yeah, that's really all it takes most times. It's just, we're not just going in to tinker with things just because we like tinkering with things. I mean, there actually was a reason behind this, and, explaining that is kind of crucial sometimes.
And the next one.
Next up is the big one, camo consolidation. And this caught a lot of people by surprise. So first off, camos for your weapons, vehicles, armors have all been consolidated into one item with some exceptions because a small amount of them are camos have a specific faction, vehicle, or weapon restriction. So I know, like, for example, the pink hearts on your gun, you can't have that one on your armor as well. So there are some restrictions. So basically, if you have purchased a camo in the past, you're now able to equip that camo across all of your slots. Single-use camos, however, are not included in this change. And as of this February 27th patch, there was a small percentage of players that didn't receive all their camos successfully converted. That was fixed by the 28th patch. So mostly, I know there's a few more people still saying that they're having issues and they're being looked into as well.
We're still talking about that. In fact, we had an email thread going around a little while ago. The people who have not been handled, we expect to handle by this week's patch.
I know there were posts by Pterodactyl going back and forth saying the same thing on Twitter today.
It's a super, super now they are important to us, of course, but it's still a very, very tiny portion of the community that was affected. I mean, and yeah, we are going to fix it. We thought we'd fix it last week. We're doing some more work this week, but everyone is going to get resolved.
What was the, just for the people listening, what was the main reason why behind this consolidation?
It was a commerce change. We feel this is a better way to provide the products to, people who don't have them already. I mean, this was obviously a very controversial subject. Some people don't they very much disagree with, the fact we're not providing refunds on this. And I mean, we can point out the elephant in the room. I mean, some people are unhappy with it. We feel that this is a better value to people and it's a more consistent experience, when you purchase the items. It's something, there's no more piecemeal, you're not confused by what you're buying. You're not looking for that one other piece. And that's just the reasoning behind it.
Instead of buying a 3-piece set, you're buying a single piece.
Sure.
Makes sense.
And I mean, the mentality, when you get you're more likely to buy a bundle of things you need for what you feel is a cheaper price.
Now, I know you guys have taken the stance that you're not doing any type of refund or cert grant or anything like that for this change. And I know that's angered some people, but
it has.
That's your stance on this one, correct?
They wanted their 20,000 certs.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I've told a number of people in the forums, I'm sometimes, part of my job is just to bring news people don't want to hear. We are not doing refunds. It's not really my position here to go into the details behind that. I don't make those decisions. I've just asked, and we are not doing refunds. We don't feel it's warranted in this. So.
Yeah. All right. No,
So,
next
final piece
yes.
for me, the class quiz and starter loadout. So a class quiz has been added to help new players figure out which class to try first. Completing it gives you a reward for the class selected. All players can take the quiz when logging into a warp gate. In addition, each class now begins the game with 2 unlocked loadout slots, and those have already been geared to expose each class's role. Existing players will also have the additional loadout and any new items added to starter gear as part of these new loadouts. Now, I know there's a lot of talk about people getting shotguns and getting some close quarters, some medium range, and some long range loadout slots unlocked. I took the quiz and I got medic. Big surprise. And had all the weapons and everything that I unlocked.
A lot of people got shotguns. I did hear that pretty consistently. So you see a lot more shotguns around now from a lot of flop hubbies. That's okay. It's all yours now, Tom. Let's kick off the sniper rifles.
Yep. We got some new sniper rifles, those Empire-specific ones that everyone so much loves. We got the Railjack, which is super fast and drops targets without any bullet drop from very far away. The TR, that's NC, by the way. That's the trap.
Split-second charge-up delay, too.
Oh, yes,
the change between PTS and
the big one. Yeah, there's a delay between the bullet firing and you pulling the trigger, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's honestly, I've heard people actually like the delays. So, I don't know if that's really is intended for a nerf or a balancing change for it, but it's a great snap rifle. I love using it. But keep going. I apologize to interrupt you.
No, it's fine. We have the Trap M1, which has multiple firing modes, semi-auto mode, which is 2 times burst, and a higher RPM 3 times burst mode for closer targets.
And it's also spawned a whole ton of "it's a trap" jokes.
Obviously. Why wouldn't it? All right. The phase shift.
You figured that would happen,
VS
didn't you?
one out. Yeah.
You planned that, didn't you, Tony?
The epic.
It's definitely pre-planned.
The phase shift, and that is can be fired indefinitely with proper trigger discipline because it's just got heat, I guess. Or you can fire a overcharged shot, and reloading it will cool it down. Then there's the NS-30 Vandal. Woo! Woo indeed. It has an accurate fire and superior mobility while aimed, making it the common choice for aggressive mid-range infiltration. I don't know why I felt like reading that one word for word, but...
Aggressive mid-range infiltration. I will infiltrate and I will be aggressive. It's great. So when are we going to get the custom voice packs? That's what I want to know.
We have them now. Voice packs. Oh, the custom ones?
Custom.
Well, yeah, we don't have custom ones.
I want to get a T-Ray voice pack, like a Tony RadarX comic voice pack.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not on the calendar.
No? Damn.
No.
You can purchase another one.
So I wasted my weekend recording my own voice pack. Great.
You can buy voice
Proactive.
packs, and they can be selected on the profile screen from what I'm reading here. Yes. Have you guys heard the new ones?
Yeah, they're pretty good. I don't use any of them, but that's...
they're no T-Ray.
They're not T-Ray. That's true.
And you can
They're pretty good done, pretty well done though. Honestly,
you can preview them too as well. So if you're thinking about buying one, you can click on the preview for them, and it'll just randomly go through all the different new voices.
Probably somebody I don't like.
Who are these fools? Probably somebody I don't like.
That's the perfect spot voice. I mean, it really is.
It is. It's got to be in the game. All right. Miscellaneous unowned boosts can now be viewed and purchased from the boost equip screen. Icons for each player's class are now displayed on the passenger list. I assume that means in vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
And the mini-map and objective area of the HUD screen has been rearranged in anticipation of the mission system.
That's a big change, too. I didn't realize that had been changed, and when I logged in, I was like, damn, the HUD's completely different now.
Well, maybe you should read every sentence of the patch notes.
Every carefully crafted sentence of the patch notes.
I do that on Sundays as I prepare the show.
If only they had some sarcastic banter in there, like some... If only. All right.
One night when I'm not posting those at like 11:30 at night, I'm going to add some sarcasm.
Oh, I cannot wait. That'd be the week that I read them word for word, not what I'm about to do. So
you didn't let me get to one that's important.
I apologize.
Nighttime on Amherst is shortened and brightened. We will talk about that later.
Wow. Okay.
Super important.
All right. I think Torkz has some patch notes to go over too about balance. Am I right?
I do. That was an amazing transition. Thank you. Semi-auto sniper rifles have been improved to allow faster follow-up shots. That's all I'm going to say. Couple weapons had their weapon position and hip adjusted, so they block less of the screen. That being the 99 SV and the TSR 42. Blah blah blah. Semi-auto scout rifles have received a damage over time increase when emptying the magazine. This includes the NC Shadow, the Shadow, the HSR1, and the Nix. So the Warden and the AMR 66. I can't even pronounce the last one.
It's Eidolon.
Projectile velocity has been increased. So I heard a lot of people talking about the Warden a lot this week, but I play NC this week, so it makes sense. Generally, with a projectile velocity increase, people are enjoying these weapons. I feel like they're more in line with what they should have been at release. So,
by that mean you mean you are?
No, I'm just saying general consensus of people I've talked to, but that doesn't mean anything. So
you were freaking out about them today.
What's that? No, I was freaking out about the scout rifle. I love the scout rifle.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Stalker, the SOS, and the Artemis, I can't pronounce that either. Anyways, so the audio have been changed for those three. You no longer use sniper tracers or flyby audio, and they use carbine style tracers. It's whatever. Miscellaneous Amherst bug fixes. I don't even know what that means. Anyways, we then have a February 28th patch following up the major sniper rifle patch per se. And that included the camo consolidation fixes, EU server fixes for stability, client performance issues that were being, some memory thrashing was happening post the sniper rifle change fix.
I love the term memory thrashing. I really have no idea what that means, but it really sounds awesome. Like my memory is like going crazy on my motherboard.
It's like your motherboard's just thrashing around like it was getting eaten by a shark.
That's what it sounds like. It's awesome. I need to put a window in the side of my case so I can see my memory thrashing around. It's like a 2-year-old having a tantrum.
All those LED lights in your computer are going to start going nuts. That's what it means.
How did you know I have LED lights all over my computer?
Because who doesn't?
I have flashing purple lights all over my computer.
You do not.
And all my dials are teal. It's totally a Vanu case.
Oh my gosh. All right, GPU particles have been disabled. Spawn options now have better results. Okay, Railjack having their magazine size and total ammunition capacity for the semi-auto sniper rifle has been fixed and not correctly set up to have a 4-round magazine with a 40-round capacity. I have no clue what it was, but audio echo issues on Amherst have been fixed, and voiceover fixes were also included with the Vanguard callouts. Unless anything else is happening, I am bored. Let's go to community briefing.
Attention, soldiers! Get your butts in here for this week's community briefing.
You know, by saying you're bored, it really trivializes Tony.
No, he didn't.
I'm disappointed in you.
I'm making my sad face.
You know, next time you need to think before you speak.
You want to get punched in the balls?
First up, World Domination Series ends, and there was much rejoicing. Well, I mean, let's be honest. I think some people were kind of tired with World Domination Series.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that some of the players, and I will not mention Scourge of the Server by name, but that had like a, straight up party at his house. Everybody was drunk and they were just screaming WDS is amazing.
But overall,
do you really think that?
I don't think that.
No.
I think, overall, because some people want to know how it all turned out. NC ended up coming away the overall winners. They had 5.9 million points. VS close second with 5.8, TR with 5.3. When you break it down by server, VS overall took more servers, but the ones the NC won got them more points. So Connery went to VS, Matherson went to VS, Cobalt and Woodman went to VS. NC were Series and Watterson, and VS and TR were taken by Miller, unsurprisingly. And Briggs also went TR's way as well. So I know there were more VS than the other ones, but I was kind of happy reading the spread because it didn't mean that one faction dominated every server. There was a decent mix.
Unlike the last time?
Right, unlike last time. So I know that the devs are going to take away that, saying, oh, look, at least there was a little bit more of a balance, and I wonder what they're going to do when it goes live to kind of even out that balance a little more.
So do I get a prize since my Empire won? Or is it per server?
Yeah.
Get a decal.
Yeah, you should have a decal.
If your server won.
Oh, not if your Empire wins?
No, that's not. It's not Empire based. It's by if your faction, if your Empire won on your server.
I got a decal.
You're on Connery, though. Do you have a VS alt on Connery, Tom?
I do.
Of course he does.
There you go.
Anyways.
But did you log in to play on it?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
We'll see. All right. You have an update for us now, Tom, for all these people that have put so much time in supporting you.
I know they have. I got a ReachCat update. All right.
We need like special bulletin music for this. No, not that. Turn that off.
Yeah, this is not happy. This is awesome.
We need like a breaking news.
Oh, hold on.
Yes. No, that's also happy.
That's wrong. My bad.
Nope. Also extremely happy.
For next week,
that's a painful one. I thought that was pain. Okay.
No, that was.
For next week, I will find some good bulletin sound and we'll throw that in because I'm sure we'll have another update next week, right?
Maybe, but I can't see what that other one was, but it was definitely like happier than happy. Anyways, so the first is the Twitter icon riot, which a few of you have participated in. And what I want to say about that is you guys should change your icons because it'll be awesome to have T-Ray have his entire feed be ReachCats. And basically, a lot of people say they'll buy it, but saying and doing is different things. And if people have Twitter icons for free, that says a little more than being like, yeah, I'd buy it. Does that make sense?
It sounds like you hate our listeners.
I don't hate our listeners.
I changed mine.
I know a lot of people did.
At one point on Friday, my feed was all, and I posted a pic of it. My feed was all ReachCats.
I know, it's pretty badass.
This is basically a war against T-Ray. So support us. War against T-Ray.
Now, I know it needs updates. So it's a war against T-Ray saying he better not just deny it without some suggestions next time. But I'm working on updating it. But I'm really, it's noticeably harder updating the picture than tracing over something I drew by hand. And so I'm looking at getting one of them drawing pad things seeing what I can do with that.
Okay.
That's the ReachCat update.
All right. Congratulations.
There.
I need the newsreel sounds. That'd be great. We will get this in the game.
I bought a station cache card so I could buy a ReachCat decal, and I have not activated it.
Sony doesn't get the money until you spend the station
I know.
cache. Not even until you activate the card. You have to spend the station cache itself.
I may videotape myself burning it unscratched.
Oh, don't do that.
The accountants will
Oh, don't. No, we don't like that. Don't do that.
Well, it's T-Ray's fault.
It's T-Ray's
fault.
fault.
Put that in the tweet when you do it, just burn it.
Lol Ninja 4 says it. Let the ReachCat Domination series begin. RDS.
The only way you can get it is to actually take bases, Ghost Cat bases. It's the only way to get ReachCat decal. All right.
Wait, the ReachCat does not Ghost Cap. Straight.
I was wondering if you were going to correct me on that.
ReachCat plays like a man.
ReachCat plays Biolab Farms.
Biolab Farms only for ReachCat. Okay.
First one through the door.
Last one out.
Boss.
Custom. So the next thing we have is, since RadarX has basically assassinated Maggie and she no longer will be anywhere in SOE.
He's like the bouncer at the bar that throws you out when you drank too much. That's what they did to Maggie, I heard.
Yeah.
No, that's not how it went.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So anyways, guys, so Maggie, now that Radar is doing majority of a good chunk of the PS2 community management, Maggie is taking over for EQ2 and 1. Is that correct, Tony?
Just EverQuest 2.
Just EverQuest 2.
Oh, the original thing said 1 as well.
I shouldn't have said that, but no.
Oh.
Okay. We have Roshan taking over EverQuest 1.
Okay, so now that Maggie's moving over, Luperza's moving over to EQ2, we are going to try to put something together for the community to say kind of like farewell from doing PS2 community management. We have a site working on a custom bobblehead for a handmade custom bobblehead for her. Of her in a Vanu heavy costume with a rifle and everything else, and a huge, big SOE live head on the top of it for Luperza. That being said, it's not cheap when they do a custom resin bobblehead. And I wish you guys could watch me because I'm using my hands to display the size and everything else, but no one can see anything I'm doing. We want to
use measurements to say it's so many inches.
So imagine, I can put a site out for you guys to see it. What we're looking for is people from the community to kick in to help this. I think it's going to be around 150 to 200, depending on how much they're going to require for the customization over the top of what they normally do. So if you guys want to, we'd really appreciate if you guys could get to our site, ReachCatShow.com, and hit the PayPal thing. Put in the note when you do the donation that you're putting it towards Luperza's bobblehead, or custom figure, I should say, because it doesn't even bobble. It's just a bobblehead.
That way Torkz won't take the money to spend on his servants.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy my Porsche with it since we roll so deep with our donations. But yeah, if you go to ReachCatShow.com, go to support the show, and there's a tab at the bottom for donations. Just put in a note that it's for Maggie, it's not for us, and we'll make sure that it goes towards that, and we'll probably put whatever money, or I'll put money towards the remainder after a couple weeks of it to make sure that we get it created. So I just want to put that out there for anybody who wants to help, say, bye to Luperza for being our community manager, and thank you. So that's it.
So what are you going to get Tony when he gets taken off again? Because it'll be twice he's been removed.
So when Tony gets removed for the second time, we'll send him
his head on a Captain Marvel figurine.
I'll send a huge Captain Marvel figurine with a British, what was that horrible British American man or what?
No, not Captain Britain.
Yeah, Captain Britain. I'll send
Captain Britain under his foot.
Yeah, under the foot of Marvel Man. He's smashing Captain Britain's head. I'll create it myself.
Nice.
So, all right, that's it for that, guys. Help us out. Pay for Luperza's big old custom figurine resin thing. It's going to be. We're putting a lot of time into getting it custom made and hand molded, so that it has all the Vanu stuff on it, and her head basically on a huge Vanu Heavies costume. So, help us out. That's it. Go on to the next one.
Clearly, it's not a secret anymore, huh?
No, I told her ahead of time that we'd be doing it. I'm trying to find like a good headshot that we can send to the people to mold it. And I think she picked out the elf one from SOE Live, so we're gonna have an elf head.
That doesn't make any sense. You have to use your veto powers as the organizer of this.
Man, it's her call.
To say it cannot be an elf. There are no elves in Planetside 2.
Her call.
So the chat room is throwing
It's her
out
call. You're paying for it. People are paying for it. It's our call.
the chat room is throwing out suggestions for Tony's, such as a Captain Marvel Pez dispenser or his head on Rocket Raccoon. I think these are great ideas.
It's great.
All right, well, let's bring it back around and talk about the game some more, since I know that's why some people came here, not talking about bobbleheads. But on Reddit, our good buddy last week, Vindicor, he's back again with a new death screen overhaul, and just in time for our medic changes that we saw. It's really worth checking out if you guys have a chance to. First, he wants a new death indicator that asks if you want to respawn or wait for a medic. In addition, we'll tell you the closest medic to you and the number of medics within 50 meters. I think that's awesome. When you get revived, it will tell you who is reviving you and at what health percentage they're going to revive you at, which is good because you can start skipping those lowly medics at rank 1. He also suggested a FPS death view. This would be a sideways view of how the game would appear if you died and were lying on your side. And that view is going to get blurrier and blurrier as your countdown timer gets closer to 0. And that would stop people from being able to kind of tell what's going on around them. You know, if you do the Control F10 and get rid of your UI and screens and everything, you'll be able to see what's going on around you and give out information. I kind of thought that was a neat idea. It got mixed reviews in the Reddit post. And finally, that screen will also tell you who killed you, what they killed you with, how they killed you, what their class and their rank was, and also tells you what direction they killed you from. And I thought it was another great post by Vindicor. I mean, he's done the squad and platoon one last week. He's got the death screen overhaul this week. Sounds like this guy needs to be hired.
You just need to add the voiceover stuff like the recursion overlay does, and you die like 5 times, like, you're getting farmed. So everybody quits.
My only question is, doesn't it already tell you who's reviving you?
It does tell you who's reviving you, but it doesn't tell you at what health percentage you get revived.
Well, no, but I wasn't questioning that part, was I?
Getting lippy tonight. All right.
I was just trying to describe and Vindicor did it again with images, just like he did on the squad and platoon one.
And
this guy's done his work.
Yeah, we'll have a link of those images, I'm sure. All right. Community question. Last week we asked, new Amrish, amazing or crap? Most people really liked it, and they liked the new base designs, the new lattice, and something different. Now, the people who didn't like it were generally a little more specific, but some people felt fights were happening in the same places on their server, I guess, and they blamed the lattice, but then other people have said they like the lattice, so I think it's just probably not the lattice, but the server. Choke points are bad in a lot of bases. I think that's a big complaint with the underground that I've heard.
No, it's amazing. Arctic Accuracy brings BFRs back for the tunnels.
Yeah, he's asking me to ban him again.
Then people still prioritize Indar was another complaint. And the lib spawn camping is too easy, apparently. I guess like Scourge was saying last week. And then Lattice could be... Oh, yeah. It's just, like, Lattice could be better because there are some awesome bases that hardly ever have action in them. And that is a Lattice reason that I agree with. I mean, I haven't played, but I mean, it seems like a logical reason to why Lattice could be a bad thing, because cool bases don't get fought at.
Yeah, it's been... No.
Or just maybe the way it is. I don't know.
We've rotated on. I played on every base on Amherst now, and I have my favorites like everybody else, but I'll talk about that in my
okay. So there was more explanation in that now that I think about it, and it was like basically some of the bases, the way they work, just the nature of the two bases is you ping pong back between them because they're both hard to take, and so you never progress towards another base that's cool.
Well,
Which could be a server thing, but I could see, like, some bases you definitely have the problem of it being harder to take than defend, and if there were two bases like that on the same lattice connected to each other, it would be really hard to progress beyond that point.
Yeah, it's a fair argument.
It's like how you never get past that stupid biolab on Indar down towards the southwest.
I don't know. I see that taking off and on a lot lately, but anyways, I get your argument though.
All right, and then people don't like the brighter nights. So this week's question is, did you guys approve this question? I wrote it down, but
yeah, I approve anything you write down, sir.
Okay. Do you think the new Empire-specific sniper rifles make the original sniper rifles feel useless?
Are they that much better than the original sniper rifles?
Yeah. It's basically another way of asking, are they OP?
Whatever works. All right, community clash.
Prepare yourselves! This is the Planetside 2 Community Clash.
That sword fighting always brings me back. I just feel like I'm in the middle of war again. All right. Community Clash, guys. This week is the first week of Season 1 to start. 8 p.m. GMT for the EU, 8 p.m. CST for the US. The US matches will be played on twitch.tv/Planetside2, the official Planetside 2 Twitch, and the EU will be played on twitch.tv/Planetside 2 Europe, the official EU Planetside 2 Twitch. We will have 8 matches, or I should apologize, 7 matches, US and EU, and then the EU and US will face each other off on April 19th. So, looking forward to seeing you guys there. I can't wait for the season to start. And that's Community Clash for this week. Do you have anything to say about that, Mr. Deringer?
No, I'm excited for it. I know the EU guys are really excited for it too. Our Skype channel has been blowing up all day today with people kind of pumped for it to happen.
Extreme.
Yeah, it kind of is. So it should be good. I'm excited for it. I'm happy it's finally starting too, because I won't lie, it was wearing on me every time it got delayed.
Absolutely. It wears on all of us. But hey, we have it polished now. We have it. Oh, for those of you that don't know, Steel Dragon has been doing a lot of great work for us. We have a new site coming up actually tonight, the end of tonight. We'll have the Community Clash website, ps2comclash.com, going up. And that'll have resource for all teams that want to participate, signups, all the rules, the lanes, everything else about everything else about the matches that you guys can participate in on there in a one-stop shop. So check it out if you're interested in any sort of competitive play. It's good times. That being said, we are going to get to the good, the bad, and the OP.
Have another drink on me, soldier.
Okay, thank you kindly.
If you can look hard enough past all the death and all the sorrow, there are good things. You must remember that we will overcome. The good, the bad, and the overpowered.
I didn't get to say anything about Community Clash. That's my bad.
Really?
You just skipped over me like I'm not even here.
I didn't skip over you. Asshole.
All right, my good is the Blues that got that Ryan Miller trade. Anyone who follows hockey knows about it.
It's kind of crazy.
And it's pretty awesome. He's legit. I mean, I loved Halak, but yeah, I could go on about this for a while, so I'm going to end there because it's not Hockey Cast.
But you had no idea that was coming down the road. Were they even talking about it on the radio or anything?
Oh, yeah. You listen to the radio like that?
Well, I listen to sports radio.
I'm imagining you like sitting at your home, lying on the carpet, listening to the radio.
I listen to sports radio on the car ride to work.
Lying on the car,
like a Christmas story.
Yeah, on my bearskin rug, naked. That's what I do.
Oh man!
You just take it one step further. That's where my head went. I know what you meant. No, yeah, they actually have been talking about the rumor for a while, and I was very worried because Tarasenko and Schwartz names were being thrown around, and I was like, "There's no way he's worth those dudes with like Halak or Elliott." And so I'm really happy that I found out too that Tarasenko and Schwartz are basically untouchable. See that can of worms that you just opened? Ah!
I was curious. That's all. Because sometimes
look what you made me do.
Sometimes a sports trade comes out of the blue and nobody expected it, and it just blows your mind. So I was wondering if it was one of those.
That was Eric Johnson and God, what's his name? I can't remember. For Shattenkirk and Stewart a couple years ago, out of nowhere. This was not. Everyone knew this was coming.
See, I enjoyed Comic Cast, but
But you don't like Hockey Cast?
I'm not.
Hockey Cast is not nearly as entertaining. All right, so there's some BS on my computer right now that I noticed when I turned Peer Block on.
This is like fresh bad, like 30 minutes before the show bad. All right, so Peer Block's blocking this thing every 30 seconds to 2 minutes. It comes popping up blocking, and I shut down everything related to it, and it's still going. You guys want to know who makes that thing? It's let me guess. Hold on.
Sony Online Entertainment.
We're trying to. I mean,
I want to know what shit's on my computer, Tony.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Your account information is being uploaded as we speak. Pure Black will
seriously,
stop.
I closed Steam, I closed everything, and it still goes. Sony Online Entertainment trying to connect. Pure Block's blocking it.
Did you leave your updater like halfway done one time? Shut it down?
I have no idea.
That does not sound right at all.
I know.
Because, we don't want you connecting every few minutes either.
You're not Microsoft?
No.
Maybe you should shut down and restart right now.
No, not right now. No. No, ixnay that. That's not a good idea.
See, the fact you had to interject no says something.
Well, we've had mistakes before.
Last week.
Try Alt F4ing, Tom.
Last week, I spilled scotch on the keyboard.
All over the keyboard.
And the computer
went down.
Freaking out and restarted.
That scotch got the computer drunk and it restarted.
It was hilarious.
Okay. Mark?
There's all kinds of SOE is taking over our computers.
No, there really is, though. It comes up
really
like 2 minutes. It says
really
Sony
are.
Online Entertainment Incorporated, I think.
We have not finished developing Skynet, okay? I'm going to put that out there.
It goes in live with EQ next. Skynet's
We're not even in alpha with Skynet.
Trokakill says that the new Keurig is going to come with DRM.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And it's going to be a DLC for every coffee.
For every... Oh, man.
Every pod.
All right.
All right. My good this past week was the Community Clash event between TXR and Band. I really enjoyed the fight between the two of them. It was an even battle, pretty much, too. I mean, TXR did win. They blanked Band, but just so many good drops. I'm excited for the Amrish lane when we play it as the final matches. It should be really exciting.
Oh, I can't wait. The Amrish lane is so good. I like that lane a lot, and I can't wait to see the final US and EU match and the final US and EU versus each other match played on the Amrish lane. It's going to be great.
We will have to make one adjustment to the lane, though, because did you see that one of the bases has an extra lattice link to it?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to flip that to like
we'll
Daniel or something.
Yeah.
Or whoever's not playing. All right. My bad is decals, just like Tom with his ReachCat. I made some decals this weekend, and they got sort of rejected back.
Listen,
to me.
at least yours weren't not visually compelling.
Yeah, they were visually compelling at least. But they got rejected back to me, and I'm such a bad Photoshop person that I don't even know how to make the changes they suggested I make. So that's my bad.
At least you have Photoshop.
Slut T-Ray, kicking him in the balls again.
No, I mean, I'm glad that they thought that they were a good idea, but, I mean, I'm so bad at Photoshop that I'm not going to be able to make any of these changes, so I might
T-Ray has T-Ray has his background of your guys' 2 submissions.
Probably.
Like,
I might as well
you
just
cry
delete
enough
them
about
now.
it, you'll have like tons of people offer to help you. That's what I learned.
See, but I can't accept help from other people because then it wouldn't be my item.
That's what I said.
It wouldn't be my item, and I wouldn't feel good submitting it because somebody would have given me assistance on it. So
You guys just have to become great graphics experts so that you can submit
maybe I'll
them.
go buy a Wacom tablet like you are, Tom.
A whack. Oh yeah. It's $100. I'm seriously debating it.
Yeah, $100 isn't bad. Did you see all the free stuff that they come with too?
No.
One of them comes with like Adobe Elements and a whole bunch of other stuff. You get the manga one, which comes with all the anime drawing software.
Adobe Elements is $100 by itself.
Yeah, they throw it in free.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, well, keep going.
I'm done. It's all you. I heard that you got some good and bad this week too, Torkz.
I do. Community Clash starts this week. It's my good. I can't wait. Quadi Mountain Complex is my new favorite base, and I like it a lot. And then in PreSeason, he was kind of talking on Twitter a little bit about the Vandal Scout Rifle, and I was thinking about it. Kind of looked at it a little bit. It's kind of shopping, kind of like a new car shopping. Took it in the VR, toyed around with it a little bit, and then I just went ahead and got it, and it's amazing. I love the Vandal. That's my good for the week. Goods for the week. My bad. It's very simple. Very rage-inspiring. Mana turrets. If I can't render you, why can you render me and shoot me? Bullshit. That's
Let
my
the
bad.
hate flow through you.
I have like
I see
three
that
different occurrences of it that I was screaming on TeamSpeak this last week. I was like, I can't even see you, and I'm dying to you, and it's so enraging. It's outrageous. All right, so Radar, how's your good and bad for the week?
Wait, would you say these mana turrets? Would you say this is your rocket raccoon?
Somebody sent me a mana turret, like 3D model printer. I'd probably smash it in half and chase the person whoever sent it to me. They'll just headbutt someone.
Wow. Wow.
So it happens so many times. Like I would see somebody and I'm getting hit, and I can see the rocket rendering after it's halfway to me, and all of a sudden, I get hit, and I'm shooting up in the general direction where the rocket's getting rendering out of the mana turret. And I get more and more angry as it happens to me time and time again from a distance on some ledge on Indar or Amrish. I didn't have it happen in Esmir that often, but
I never had this problem since they changed a bunch of the distance stuff regarding that.
Oh, dude, it's still a major problem.
I've only played a few times though.
All right, it's all yours, Tony.
Let's see. For a good, most of you guys probably don't know how much work these guys put into Community Clash, but we were able to secure some additional help for them this week, hopefully coming soon. So I like getting early victories coming into a new community position. So that was my good.
Early victories. I've never heard something I've worked on consider that, and I am happy as can be right now.
Yeah, so, yeah, I like getting good victory. It's good for the community. It was good for the development team. It's good for my department. So, yeah, I like that. The bad, not really gameplay related, but the Oscars.
Oh, God.
Well,
Yeah.
see, everyone around here watches the Oscars and the Grammys. When I say around here, I mean, basically, I'm in the marketing department. So everyone around here watches them, talks about. I always feel out of place. Oh, did you see so and so? Well, no, but I read Spider-Man 700.
Did you see Rocket Raccoon last week? Woo!
Would you see this? Well, no, but I watched Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. You want to talk about that? No.
That's a good show, by the way. I like that show.
Yeah, so that happens. Grammys, It's always sad this time of year because, everyone's talking about the Oscars, and I'm just kind of like, all right, well, I'm going to my office, so screw you guys.
I'm going home. Taking my ball and going home. Yeah, Tom and I actually sit where we have I-Team business where we work, kind of right next to each other. And I have business behind me, and they ask me about what's going on with the Oscars, the Grammys, anything else. I'm like, I don't even play sports. I don't watch anything on TV.
Man, I'm glad I got moved. I haven't heard any talk about that.
I turned around one time and asked the guy. He was trying to explain to someone what Minecraft was, and he was butchering it so bad. And I turned around. I'd never talked to the guy before in my life at work. I looked around. I was like, "That is not at all how that game works." And I sat down with him and his buddy and explained, like, this is how what Minecraft's all about, because his daughter played it, and he was just butchering the explanation to this friend. I was like, no, like, this is horrible.
What was he saying? Like, how do you butcher the description of that game?
He's saying something. He's like, these blocks, and then she just takes blocks, and then she fights monsters, these blocks, but there's no point to the game. The game's useless. And he's like, just bashing on it. And I'm like, I just want to just choke the guy. I was like, you, no clue. Like,
yeah. No, one of the people here quoted me statistics that like 2/3 of America had not seen a single Oscar-nominated movie, and or for Best Picture. That's what it was. And I'm like, that's totally
year?
me. Yeah, I was like, that's totally me. Name them all. I named them all. I'm like, yeah. Captain Phillips. Crap. My wife made me watch that. So
what
close.
are they? Which ones are they?
I hadn't heard of, like, I think
You got
like
what?
7 out of
50
8.
Years a Slave, Dallas Buyers Club, American Hustle.
American Hustler.
What's that?
I wanted to see 12 Years a Slave.
I never even heard of that.
Just because it's got that one dude, Sherlock, Benedict Cumberbatch.
I think we feel like we're talking to the marketing department now. It's time.
Yeah,
I want to know who these nominees were so I can see if I saw any of them.
But yeah, they said 2/3 of America had not seen a single Best Picture nomination.
I can tell you the only one that we saw was Captain Phillips, because that's the only one that's out on video right now.
I was so
American
close.
Hustle or Wolf of Wall Street?
Wolf of Wall Street. They're not out yet.
Gravity?
Not out yet.
Oh, you don't
Yeah,
go
that's
to
out.
theaters.
Gravity came out last week or week
Oh,
before
did it?
last.
I actually did not see any of these.
Yeah, I didn't
Nice.
see them either.
Nice.
I am
My wife watched Captain
2/3 of
Phillips,
America.
Now, let
my wife-
me rephrase that. I walked into Captain Phillips just as they pulled the trigger and blew away all the guys, the pirates.
Movie
So,
ruined.
All I
that
saw was
was
the blood
Tom
everywhere, and I was like,
Hanks.
"Oh, nice."
Well,
Came
I
at the
mean,
right
it's
time.
it's based on a story. Like, I knew what was that was the worst
Yeah.
part. I had to watch it, and I knew the story. I knew what was going to happen.
Oh, Nebraska miniature action Jesus. Don't forget that one.
The
I hear
most
Nebraska's
shock-
pretty good,
Oh.
actually.
Philomena and her, and yeah, we got all of them now.
Yeah, everybody's saying Grammy cast. We got to move on.
Yeah, the most compelling video I've seen all year is the Australian advertisement for kids to stay in school. I don't know, for those of you that have seen that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like Save It Private Ryan for like a public commercial.
Oh, I did see that one. It was awesome.
So-
They go to the beach.
It blew my mind when I saw that. I was like, holy crap. Australia is liberal with their commercials.
I need to see that, but have you seen the IKEA one that was banned with the kid playing with the dildo like it's a rocket ship?
Apparently you and I watch different commercials.
I'm not sure that's a real commercial.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do not. I do not know that one. I can tell you the Skittles one that's pretty sexual.
I think it's a real commercial. IKEA dildo.
Thank you for
we
Googling
just
that so
built the
I don't
show.
have to.
2002 it says here.
Did you already give your bad, Tony? You gave your bad.
Yeah, I gave my bad. My bad started the Oscars conversation.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I got lost in the conversation. All right, let's get to the mailbag before he Googles anything more screwed up.
Oh, it's a perfect morning. Great timing, the mailman's just coming.
Morning. Here's the mail. Big bag. See you later.
He must be in a hurry to get away. Very strange. What's this ticking sound? Going to take a look here in this bag of mail. Oh no!
Now you just open the ReachCat mailbag.
All right. Are you chuckling about your Google record? So you're
I
looking at
muted
right
the commercial, but it's still hilarious.
Oh my god, which one?
All right, I just linked the
linked it
stay in
in
school
chat.
video. I linked the stay in school video for you.
Okay. So we have two calls tonight. We have one from Hogfoot and one from our buddy Louie. Both of these guys are good friends of the show. Hogfoot's a little bit long, but listen to it, guys. It's got some good content in it, so here we go.
Hey, what's up, ReachCat 2? This is Hogfoot from the Cobalt server. Just wanted to call in to let you know that ReachCat, yeah, give me some of that. Get on it. And T-Ray, you got to fix that composite armor so I can have some ReachCat vehicles on my infantry. That's I don't want to choose between pimp and pimper. I want ReachCat all over. And what you should do is you should get payload specific. Don't get that economic or logo. Just get red for CR, blue for the NC, and teal or purple for Bami, and then black or gray or something, brown. I don't know. About Amerish, yeah. I really like the new Amerish. It's awesome fighting there. I hope we'll see the same effect that we saw after the Esamir revamp. Esamir is really seeing some action on Cobalt now, and it's an alternate Indar. So if you're fed up with the grind on Indar, you just swap over to Esamir. There's some good fights there, and after the Amerish patch, it's been looking like that in Amerish too. So I hope they can fix up the broken bases and just get some infantry pushes on Amerish. Finally, I just wanted to let you all know that I am so happy about the Valentine's Day camo. Oh God! Ever since I joined this game, I've been stuck with the TR, and the damn MC gets all the cool camos. All the cool camos go there. Yellow ones, flyer ones, everything. And the TR gets shitty whites and grays and muddy reds. Finally, we get the Royal Hearts camo, and it's bright red. Beautiful. I got it. My KD probably dropped by 0.5 since I started using that shit. It looks glorious. I'm so thankful for having that thing in game. So I logged on, bought that sucker because god damn, that's hot. So yeah, thanks for the show. Love what you're doing, and have a good night.
So three things. He's calling from Amherst, is what I found out after the fact. the Royal Hearts camo apparently increases KD, proved by the show.
0.5.
By 0.5. And ReachCat needs to be in the game, and that's all. That's what I got from that call.
So if you missed out on buying the Loyal Hearts,
guy.
The Loyal Hearts camo, you guys are SOL.
My KD dropped by 0.5.
Okay, and now this is probably one of my favorite calls we've gotten in a long time. I no down anybody else, but I this call cracked me up for a long time. So here you go.
This empty feeling has to go. I can't take this anymore. This don't feel right. It can't be me. Can't find it in myself to pull my MBT. How much longer can Planetside commit this crime? I'm spending all my nights alone at the bottom of Blackshot Mine. All alone, shooting my crossbow into my heart. Counting the days my ReachCat decal and I are apart.
Wow, I'm actually scared right now.
For good reason, I think.
I'm pretty sure that dude may be in our restrooms right now.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Thank you, Louis, for that. That's the fourth time I've laughed just listening to that call myself. Oh my gosh, that was good. It was really good.
You should send that to T-Ray.
I think I might. Like, T-Ray, I don't know what's going on here, and this guy might be in your office already, but this is we just got this call, and good luck. All right, guys.
Bathrooms.
Thank you, Tony, for joining us tonight. Before we get to the contact info for the show, can you tell us, anybody wants to get a hold of RadarX and try to get themselves unbanned for calling other people? Well, I'm not going to go into that. How should they contact you, Radar, if anybody in the show is hearing you here and they like you and they want to talk to you? So
you can tweet me. If you're banned, we give you a way to get in contact with us. So, but yeah, you can tweet me at RadarX or drop me a PM on the forums. I do read them.
What kind of penance do most players have to do to get unbanned?
Really, it's not about penance. I mean, we have a pretty established method of suspending people. You know, it's typically a 3, 7, 14 day and then a permanent. I mean, and we give warnings in between. I mean, we're very transparent about how we do it. I mean, obviously severity matters, but yeah.
I mean, we had to send you a rake to get off our bans.
which I still get questions about, by the way.
I was wondering about that. Like, of all the things to have as like a decoration in your office, I was wondering if you get questions about your rake still.
I cannot tell you how many people come in. Why do you have a rake in your office? They come in to ask me a question, but not the question that they intend to. I use it as a tool to intimidate people because then they're focused on why is there a rake in your office instead of what they were about to ask me.
I did hear on Friday Night Ops that Clegg says they're going to start working on a rake attachment for the Maxes for a melee weapon.
Be amazing.
Launching rakes at people.
Oh, swiping their face.
Swiping them.
It's like a scythe. It's just a rake. All right. Contact them for the show, reachcastshow.com. Again, if you want to hit us up with the support the show tab and help pay for Maggie's bobblehead that we're going to give to her for her going away present from community management from the community as a whole. Help us out there. Email us at reachcastshow@gmail.com. You can call us, as these two wonderful individuals did tonight, at 415-787-3224. Our Twitch, as most people are already watching, if you want to check it out, check out the live show. It's twitch.tv/reachcast. Show Twitter is at reachcastshow. I am at reachcastrake.
I am at reachcast trowel.
And as always, you can find me at Mr. Marvel Was Taken.
Britain America, or Captain Britain. Thanks as always to Steve, Cliff, John, Jenny, Boo, and Hammer for the rest of the support you guys give us for the show. That's it for this week. Thanks again, Tony, for coming on. We always enjoy your company. And welcome back for is this number 3 or 4 for Tony, guys?
3.
3. We need to get on 4 times so we can
Maybe it's 2.5, though. He did do a show with Maggie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, wow, I forgot all about that. Yeah, I did.
We're going to have to pull you on like another week in a couple weeks so we can say you've been on more than T-Ray.
Maybe just for half a show.
Yeah, good enough.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. I'll see you next week.
That's right, Sergeant. You made the call. All right, soldiers. You've done a great job here today. Let's get our stuff and get the hell out of here.